Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today to go over the entire NRT Gateway. My name is Katrina DeBacco and I'm the broker concierge for Coldwell Banker. And today what we're going to do is kind of like what I just said. We're going to go over the NRT Gateway. And I just want to clarify as well. So for many of you, my job with the company, I'm actually meeting with every new sales associate who joins Coldwell Banker. And we do our orientation wherein I set up all of your accounts. There's 5 accounts in there that do require a little bit of a setup. So I go through and I do a lot of that account setup. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over very briefly a little bit of the account setups that we did go through, because I do know as you do join with the company, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts, and you're just getting hit every which way by your managing broker, by your OA, by me, by the MLS. I can probably go on and on and on with that list, and you probably know that as well. And so what I'd like to do is just kind of give you a quick overview. Hopefully it'll jog your memory about some of the things that we did go over. And for those of you who are joining us today who did not take part in the Broker Concierge program, that means that you're probably with our company prior to 2016, then this will be really, really good for you to know as well. That way you can jump into your systems and also get yourself set up appropriately. So that's one of the goals that we are going to hit by the end of our class today. And then the secondary reason of why you're here today is that we are going to be going over just every single tile that is in your NRT Gateway. NRT Gateway is supposed to be a very simplistic way for you to access all of Coldwell Banker's tools. Rather than you going to various websites for this program and that platform and so on and so forth, you're just going to do a single sign-on at nrtgateway.com. And then that's going to give you access to everything that you should need to help market your business, to manage your transactions, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right now into the NRT Gateway. You do have a chat box over here in your bottom corner. I hope I'm pointing to the right place. You do have a chat box, so as I am going through every single item, please do feel free to stop me, slow me down, tell me that I'm going too slow, make me speed up a little in certain areas, and just let me know. I'm monitoring the chat box here, so I'm happy to answer anything that you'd like. And there was one more thing that I wanted to say, and I totally blanked on what it was. Oh, today it's not necessarily going to be all training in each item. I just really want you to know what's behind each of those tiles in your NRT Gateway. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into my NRT Gateway account. Here we go. So if you have 2 screens, please feel free to jump into one screen where you're actually watching the presentation, and then you can check out on the other screen. You can actually follow along on your very own account. So first we're going to jump into, like I said, NRT Gateway. If you're just signing in now, you're going to go to nrtgateway.com. Your username is always going to be your password, your Colorado Homes email account, and your password is something that you have set up individually. This takes you to, again, your gateway, which is also just a fancy way of saying it's your agent dashboard. The very first thing, and let me kind of, oh, they won't let me. Okay. The very first thing that you are going to run into in the NRT Gateway is InTouch. That is the biggest tile that we have here. And a lot of times it's kind of funny. We tried to set this up to be very much in your face, and a lot of times it ends up being missed because it doesn't really look like the other tiles. Now this InTouch though, InTouch is 2 things for you. InTouch, first and foremost, is going to be your CRM, your customer relation management system, and secondly, it's going to be your website. So this is where your website is housed. So we're going to access the entire system by clicking Dashboard. When I click Dashboard, that takes me to the CRM side of InTouch. So if I click on any of these guys here, it's a different function within my CRM. Dashboard is just going to give me an overview of how InTouch is running. Contacts, this is really where I'm going to spend my time for my CRM. I'm going to click add a contact, and this is how you can manually add a single contact. You can see all of the different items that you can include per contact. Pretty extensive on the information that you can keep, and then if your field isn't in here that you want, you also have a notes section, so you can keep notes on a specific person. Now, if you have an entire database, you can also just do an import here. If I go to import export, I'm just going to import an entire database that I've already worked on in Excel, and I can get everybody entered into InTouch versus me actually having to manually input every single person. That would be very, very time consuming if you had, 200 contacts. Even if you had 100, even if you just had 20, that's time consuming. I would probably do an import. So what I recommend about importing, you're going to first select whichever file it is that you have. I mostly work out of a CSV, so I would click on CSV. Now, before even getting it ready for import, I recommend everybody watching the training video. It might sound silly, but the training video is going to give you little tips on how to make sure that your import properly functions. Sorry. There's little tidbits in there. Your first 5 rows need to be completely filled out. That's something that I spent a really long time getting frustrated with when all I needed to do was watch this video and my answer was there. I needed to have my first 5 rows completely filled. So little things like that, I recommend everybody watching that video before you do your import. Whichever import you choose, if you have a basic contact list, you still want to make sure to watch that import. You can download as well. This one's a really good one. Download basic contact list. That's really good, so you can just fill your stuff in first. The next thing that I want to talk about in here is going to be marketing. You have an entire marketing center here in InTouch. You have email marketing, print marketing, and you also have campaigns. Again, we're not getting into so much training today. We do have an entire class on InTouch, so you can learn all about the wonderful intricacies of InTouch in our InTouch class. But just know that you do have a marketing center. So 2 benefits of using this marketing center. Number 1, you have free rings to do what you would like with the template, meaning you can move things around left or right, up or down, deleting it or not. And the second reason why I really like this is you can also get the downloaded PDF following you creating something. So this system, this marketing center, phenomenal for any of your open house flyers that you need to create. You're going to want to come into print marketing and customize something, then you're going to get a little PDF. That PDF you can take to Kinko's, you can print out your office. It's really, really awesome. So that's why I like this marketing center. And then campaigns, there is an entire world behind this button. We have at least 2 classes that I can think of off the top of my head that specifically spend the entire hour going over campaigns. There's a lot to learn about with campaigns. So feel free to click in there to play with it, but we also have some classes here that Jason Kingery will host on our CBBC Live classes. Definitely recommend you taking those. We have a help, training, and support tab. I cannot stress to you enough how amazing this tab is. These trainings, whether it's the featured training section, which this one right here, $1 Million Pipeline Program, amazing series to go through. But this entire page is all dedicated to you and helping you understand different portions of your system. So importing contacts, we were talking about that. That's a great one you can click. It's going to give you a PDF on how to import contacts. Marketing Center, this is awesome for you to learn the entire Marketing Center. Now, I just love saying campaigns. There's a whole world of campaigns back there. This would be a great place. You can start learning how to put people on campaigns and utilize the campaigns that are already loaded in there. So much has already been built in InTouch for you. It's just a matter of you kind of ripping that Band-Aid and promising yourself that you're going to learn InTouch and just sitting down and doing it. Like I said, I would probably say like 80%. I mean, I'm scared to say 90 just because that's my personality. I'm scared to get into the 90s, but can I say 89? 89% of the work has been done for you in InTouch. It's just a matter of you getting some contacts in there and actually utilizing that contact and pairing it up with some of the functions that InTouch has. And so we've already built websites out. You know, those campaigns are loaded. There's a million templates. You can put people on listing alerts. There's just I really do feel like the possibilities are endless within the InTouch system. It's just a matter of you dedicating the time to come in and just kind of get lost in it a little bit and play, browse, spend time really getting to know the entire system. Okay, so what I'm going to draw your attention to right now is going to be your settings. And this is, again, just an overview of the things that we already went through if you were a part of the Broker Concierge program. If you were not a part of the program, this is going to be a great way for you to just jump in and get your own items taken care of. So you're going to find your name in the top right corner, and you're going to hit My Account. This takes me to all of the admin side of my account. Now I want to come in here. I'm going to click Edit. Maybe I'm going to tweak my name. What if my legal name is Katrina, yet I really go by Marie? I can come in here, erase Katrina, and add in Marie. Marie's my middle name, in case you're wondering. You can change your title. Most people go with Broker Associate, but there are many of you who go with Realtor. It's kind of funny. It varies state by state with the titles that we go by. So I'm used to most people going by Realtor. The only caveat for Realtor is you need to belong to a real estate board. So if you do want to go that route, make sure that you're a part of a board. You're going to want to enter your license number here. If you're a part of a team, make sure to check off team. First box is for your cell phone number, and then the bottom box is for your office number. Now, a lot of times the numbers will show up just without any separators, so you're going to want to come in here and at least add your separators in there. So make sure to do that. You can change any of the information that is not grayed out, so be sure to change anything that you'd like here. Social media. I definitely recommend people adding social media. If you don't have your own social media accounts to add, why don't you add Coldwell Banker's accounts? That's totally fine. So what you would do, I'm going to go to facebook.com, and this is my page, but what I want to do is I want to search for Coldwell Banker. So Coldwell Banker, Colorado. Coldwell Banker, Colorado. This looks like the company page, and I'm distinguishing that because that says Colorado Springs. Nothing else came up, but I'm going to click on Coldwell Banker, Colorado. Oops, sorry, Brian Fitzgerald. This is our Coldwell Banker, Colorado page. So this is really, really neat. I am going to come on here, and I'm going to take any type of content that I want from here for my own social media. But where I was going with this is you're going to want to come in here, and you actually want to take this URL. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to copy it, I'm coming back into InTouch, and then I'm going to click Add Social Media. I'm going to choose Facebook, and then I'm just going to copy and paste that Facebook account that I just copied. I click Save, and it adds it right to my feed here. So I'm going to get rid of that only because I already have something in there. But you get the idea. So you can do the same for our LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn is personal. You definitely want to keep that to yourself. So note to self, if you have not updated your LinkedIn, LinkedIn's a really big one that you want to maintain. But Twitter, you can get our Coldwell Banker Twitter page, hook that up as well. And all this is doing is really just adding the icons onto your website. And so when people click on it, they actually have somewhere to go. Now the last thing down here is going to be your image. So for image, very simple, just like any other system, you're going to click Edit, choose File, select whichever file you'd like, and then Upload. Then you're going to do the very same thing over on the marketing image side. This image is going to be used for anything that you plan to use out of our marketing center. Alrighty, a couple other little tidbits in your account settings. You're going to go to Office Info over here on your left-hand panel, and you're just going to make sure that your zip code, sometimes it adds those extra numbers over here. Totally fine. Either get rid of them or add in the dash and then allow those extra numbers to be there. You are going to want to add in separators to the number that's here as well. And then you're going to want to change your time zone to mountain. if, again, for the most part, most of you on the call have been ran through my program, and so these settings have already been done for you. But those of you who did not get ran through the Broker Concierge program, these things likely are still sitting in their default settings. So make sure to get that changed. And the last thing is activity alerts. You're going to want to come into activity alerts and make sure that your notifications are turned on. So to do that, you're going to click edit and then make sure at least your emails are all turned on. And then you can opt into also receiving text messages. I did here just for example purposes, the training that I was doing earlier. But in all honesty, for me, email is enough. I get the same notifications, whether it's text or email. So email is good for me. But a lot of people do like to receive both. So make sure you add your text in there as well if that's the case. Then you're going to want to add your phone number, choose your carrier, and that is about it. You'll click save. Activity alerts, what these are, it's going to be anytime that somebody has, or anytime that you, not somebody, anytime that you have activity on your website, this system, InTouch, will alert you that there's been activity so that you can come back into your account and find out what that activity's been. So the important stuff is going to be, if somebody has, or if somebody's requesting more information on a listing that's showing on your website, it's going to be really important for you to quickly get back to them. That's a really hot lead. So that would be a really great reason why you'd want to make sure that activity alert is set so that you can be sure to get a notice in your regular inbox account, so that you can come back into the NRT Gateway, be able to capture that lead and help them following you capturing them. All right, so I'm just going to go back to settings just so I can grab my website here. So I'm going to take that website name. I want everybody to see what that website looks like. You all have something very, very similar to this website. Probably the biggest difference is that I changed my photo out. But here you can come in and you can actually start manipulating a little bit. So again, if you're a part of the program, you likely already had a website build done for you. If not, that is okay. I'm going to show you how simple it is to add and change things to your website. So I'm going to go on to the About page for now. Again, I use my account for lots of training stuff, so I tend to have wonky things sometimes. So this is where you're going to want to add your bio. I'm going to go back into our InTouch account, and now instead of sitting here in my settings, I'm going to find my name and I'm going to click on website. This now takes me to the complete back end of my website. This is how I'm actually controlling everything that goes on my website. So each of these hyperlinks over here will all control a certain portion of my site. If you have not played in here yet, I definitely recommend you coming in, again, spending some time and just getting to know how this works with your website. Right now, I mentioned that we want to edit and include our bio in our website, so I'm going to click on Pages. This drop down then will take me to this screen. All of these tabs here will show me, are correlating to the page names that I have on my website. So I've got Home, Search, Sell, Communities, and About. Same as showing on my drop down. So I'm going to click About, and I'm just going to copy actually what I just wrote up there. I am editing my site in real time. Thanks for joining me today. Okay, I'm going to come down here and click Save. And then I just wanted you to be able to see how incredibly simple this was. So if I refresh my screen, again, this is done in real time today. So that's all you have to do to change anything out on your site. So back over here again, I'm in InTouch, and then you find your name in that top right corner, and you click on Website. That takes you to this area here. And if I click on Pages, a lot of people tend to forget that step, clicking Pages, because that's what takes you to your drop down. That's how you can get into any page to start changing things out. You can see here, there's a ton, all in this text box that you can change out. That little commercial is the cutest if you haven't seen it. Sell, again, more stuff that you can come in and you can add. I know I added all of this stuff in there. Communities, this is a really, really big one that I think is very important for people to come in and work on. So you're going to want to make sure to at least have some items filled out here for each of your pages. I think the worst thing is to have a website that's dead or stale. So if in any of these pages, oh, by the way, sidebar here, our search pages just got 100% better. Not that they weren't good to begin with, but now we have this interactive map. It is amazing. If you haven't played with it yet, definitely come in and start playing around. This is really, really cool. People can start coming in here and hovering over areas to see what these listings are, but you can start actually like drawing around and moving your mouse around, looking at different areas depending on where, and it's pulling up all of the different listings around, and then your side here is going to change based on the areas that you're pulling in. So that was a complete sidebar. This is something new and I love it. I'm such a geek over InTouch though, so maybe I'm just being a little bit nerdy right now, but this is really, really cool feature. And again, you're really trying to showcase yourself as just being that tech savvy and market expert, and this is a great way to show that to your clients. So back to what I was saying, you just want to make sure that each of your pages have information in here so that you can be sure, that you're just not showing anything dead. So the community section is probably going to be the page that doesn't have any content on your website. You definitely want to start adding in information there. Any questions on this at all? If not, I'm going to move away from InTouch. This is the one that we were going to spend the most time on. So remember that you have your chat box over to your right-hand side of the screen. Feel free to chat questions in at any time. Alrighty, I'm going to move us away from InTouch. Take us back into the gateway. Now, I'm just going to go through each tile one by one. The first is going to be CB Agent Info. CB Agent Info is the company intranet. So it's our Coldwell Banker Colorado version of Google. You can come in here and search for anything that you'd like. A big one that people are constantly looking for is our logo, Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage logo. As an example of something you can search for, I've got all of these different file types, and we even have identity standards here. So we have a ton going on with just the logos. We also have our previews logos, the home protection plan logo, anything like that. Kind of in conjunction with what we were just talking about, InTouch, maybe I want to know how to add video to my website. I'm going to say how to add video to InTouch website. Perfect. Adding video to your InTouch website. So again, just to give you an idea, this is just a place that you would come. It's like your resource center. You're going to come in here and type in anything that you're looking for. This is also a great place to know about calendars. If I click on corporate, this is going to give me all CB previews, corporate events, all training events. So if I just click on training, we have today, it looks like we have some CE classes going on today. So that was going on from 9 to 1. Hopefully some of you are coming out of that class, and then we have another one taking place on the 19th. So it looks like our CE classes are in there right now, but you can always come in here and check on any future trainings coming up. And then the other thing is Office. If I go to the Office calendar, each of your office administrators will be loading in events, meetings, sales clinics, trainings, anything like that that's going on. They'll put those into your office calendar. So that's a great place to know as well. That, folks, is CB Agent Info. Next is a Homebase InTouch. I hope by now most of you do not have this tile in your NRT gateway. If you do have it, just go ahead and dismiss it, because this now took the place of this guy. So this new bigger, better, badder in touch is the one that you want to pay attention to, not this one. So I'm not even going to talk about that one. We do, though, have Home Base Insight, and everybody does have this still, so I do want to go over Home Base Insight. Let me just click right into that. Home Base Insight is an online showing tool, so I am just going to pop in so you can all see. So right in here, that was going to happen. Okay, so let's say you're going to come straight into your account. This is what you're going to see if you actually had that many listings in here. But again, so this is an online showing report tool, and what it is it's going to break down the number of online views that your listing is getting over time by a single website. So let's say that 2003 Lakeshore Court is my listing. I'm going to click on Create a Report, and then I actually get to see how many clicks I'm receiving on these guys here, ColdwellBankerHomes.com, Coldwell Banker, Zillow, Trulia, and Realtor. I could create custom date ranges. So here's the thing, everybody. Every single Monday, if you have a listing, you're going to be receiving this report for every listing that you have in your inbox. So that's the way that it's set up right now. Most agents don't know what to do with that report. Send it to your clients. Again, kind of like I was talking about in InTouch, there's so many things that Coldwell Banker is doing for you, and it's just a matter of you kind of diving in and not being afraid to ask what something is, but also just start fiddling around, and I'm sure that you'll be able to kind of figure it out as you start clicking around. But those reports are going to be phenomenal for you to send off to your clients. Let them know all of the work that you're doing, all of the clicks that you're receiving as their listing agent on their property, so that they can see at least movement is happening. Now, if you can either do a straightforward from that Monday email that you're getting, or you can create custom dates here and then generate your reports and send it to them. Maybe your deal is, if after 12 days your home is still on the market and we've received no showing requests, we, haven't received any interest, I'm going to generate this report for you, and then we're going to talk about a price reduction. This would be a really good report to add into that type of conversation. So that's what your Home Base Insight is. Next is Exchange. Exchange, I've explained, hopefully, hopefully it's not, I haven't made it more confusing than it is, but what Exchange is, it's basically the NRT gateway of Coldwell Banker Worldwide agents. So you all are sitting here joining Coldwell Banker on the residential brokerage side, but we do have another arm of Coldwell Banker, which is just Coldwell Banker Real Estate. Coldwell Banker Real Estate agents do not get all of this other stuff. They don't have something called the NRT gateway, and they don't have all of these tools. They just have this. So CB Exchange is a place where any Coldwell Banker agent can come, and they can, search for trainings, search for any documents about the company. I would say that's pretty much the biggest. There's something within here called Coldwell Banker University that you can come and search for, and so really that's what you would be coming into Exchange for. You can also click your menu bar up here, and you'd be able to go to Agent Dashboard. And from Agent Dashboard, it will likely navigate you back to, I'm going to close that out, back to ColdwellBanker.com, which houses your profile that has already been set up for you. So if you click on My Profile, that should be your name. If you click on Menu, these are all of the things that you can do within your own personal account. So all different information right back in here. So if you are not seeing your name or photo pull up on CaldwellBanker.com as an agent, this is where you're going to want to come. To make sure, you're going to click on menu, and then you're going to view an edit screen for your profile so that you can add in your own information. So that's the other thing with Exchange. It'll drive you over to CaldwellBanker.com so you can look at your profile. But you can also just go to CaldwellBanker.com. You don't need to go through Exchange for that. So that's what Exchange is. You really aren't going to need Exchange much because as an NRT, residential brokerage agent, you've got all of this other goodness right out here in the NRT Gateway. Next we have MarketQuest. I'm just going to click into MetroList. Yours is going to directly take you to whatever MLS that you're a part of. But here with MarketQuest, this is a tool that you can use to generate data, a data-based market trend report. So you can either do this in a PDF format or an HTML format. HTML would be something that I can then post onto my website, so that's really cool. But really because I'm going to go through one other system here, you've got MarketQuest, and then you also have Market Reports. These two are pretty similar in the information that they pull, although MarketQuest I really, really like because I do think that this is a great system for you as the real estate professional to learn about the different markets. The information is going to pull in a little bit of a, I think, kind of clunky way. You just have to have a little bit more of an analytic eye when you're looking at the information here, which I do think, though, is perfect for you as, the professional sitting on this end, because I want to dive in and I want to learn all of the intricacies about the market that I plan to specialize in. And this is going to give you that type of report. So I would use this for your own knowledge, your own market knowledge. And this is amazing for all beginning agents to come in and to start learning about different different markets that you're interested in. So you would come in here, you can do price ranges, you can change it, and remember, you can generate a million different types of reports. So I like to really compartmentalize my stuff. And so maybe I will have, a market. Maybe there's a neighborhood that I plan to farm. And I'm going to pull up market stats on all price points between 1 to 300,000, 300,000 to 500, 500 to 8, so on and so forth, whatever the case might be. But I just want to look at a lot of different trends. So, you can do price points. I can choose different dates. I can compare my different selling or buying seasons, however long I want to do my date range. And then, of course, I get all of the counties that I get to choose from as well. So lots of good stuff. MarketQuest, really, really good. Next, we have our rewards. This is really, really neat, and this is really for you. It's a little program that we've built for all current broker associates with Coldwell Banker, and it's a referral program. So if there's anybody that you know out there who you feel would be a great asset to the Coldwell Banker family, please do let your managing broker know. And the benefit of that is you can actually earn some dollars off of your referral. So really, really neat. You can start, it's just extra money in your pocket based off of the new sales associate, the new broker associate, and any of their transactions that might come up. So definitely read through this, see what the program entails. Here's a perfect how it works. So you can submit your form right in here as well. And then at the end, your end goal is really to earn additional income. So really, really neat. And again, we know that you're out there, and now that you've been a part of the company, you know the types of people that we like to encourage to affiliate, and that we like to help build our culture here with the Coldwell Banker community. So if you know somebody that would be a good fit, this would be amazing for you to get them in here. Our next tab over is Agent Earnings. Agent Earnings is going to, and of course, okay, so this is all very secure information through Agent Earnings because all of this is reporting a summary of all of the income and fees that you as the agent have paid throughout the year. So this is something that is all tied directly to your commission, to everything that you're earning off of your transaction. So if you paid fees out of that transaction, the commission that you're earning from that transaction, all of the income and fees paid out based on your transaction that you're involved with is going to be notated here under agent earnings. That is a great place to come tax season, which we are now entering. So for those of you who had deals last year, you're going to want to come in here and pull your report, and that's something great to show your accountant. Next, I'm going to go over to New Panda. So New Panda is the other biggie that we talk about quite a bit. So we do talk a lot about InTouch, and then we talk a lot about New Panda. New Panda is our email marketing system. This is one that's very widely known for our AVP. Although the AVP covers a ton, we have an entire class strictly over the AVP that the brilliant David Walsh executes, and he'll be doing that in 2 Fridays from now. And so where this comes into play is every single month the company is loading a newsletter into your New Panda account, and that newsletter then gets blasted out to every single contact that you have in your New Panda account. So that message, you're always going to receive an email in your inbox to let you know that an email is loaded in your account and it's going to go out on a certain day at a certain time. You then do nothing. That's what most people do. You do nothing, and then that email just gets blasted to every contact that you have. Now, if you wanted to change that email for whatever reason, you can come into messages. You're going to go into your messages, and then you actually edit. You click this edit right here, and then you get to edit straight into the body of the email so that you can change anything at all that you want. If you didn't want it to go out, last year I had at least, I think, like 3 or 4 people email me because they didn't want the Valentine's one to go out. You know, maybe hearts were broken around Valentine's and they have a sore spot for it. I don't know what the case was. But you can absolutely delete messages. So you're just going to hit your delete button, and that email gets removed from your queue. It's not going to get blasted out at all. So that's what you would do if you wanted to act on that newsletter at all. But again, if you do nothing, that email is going to get sent. So to go over a tiny bit of what we did in our concierge meeting, we jumped into your settings in the top right corner here, and we just added all of your information. So again, display name. This is a great place if your name is, Brooke, but you go by Carrie. And there's so many of that, and we all have our reasons. So if that's the case, here's where you can actually get to change your name. Organization, everybody should be under Coldwell Banker Residential Brokerage. If you're joining us on the Zip side, you're going to be Coldwell Banker /Zip Realty. Your contact information, you want to have your full website name in there. You're going to want to include your office phone number plus your cell phone number, and then add in your office address. You never want this to be tied to your home, just for, safety reasons. Images, you're going to upload, choose a file, choose whichever is your file that you want to upload, your photo. Click upload, and then you click save. I got that red screen because I never even chose anything. And then again, social media, a great place to add social media. You're going to want to add in all of the URLs. Again, the URL is this piece right here in the address bar. Add the URL into each of the social medias that you want. Now, one thing over and above the email marketing, and this is probably my favorite in all honesty with New Panda, you can decide to allow New Panda access into your social media accounts if you want, and then New Panda will post to your social media. If that's the first time you heard of something like that, I hope your mind is blown just as mine was when I first heard that, because I gotta be honest, anytime that there's anything that I don't have to do when it's done for me, I will be the first to sign up. So this is one of those. Manage social networks, and it's funny the job that I find myself in now where I get to do that for everybody else. because I really do think that there's value in saving you time so you could go do the stuff that really does matter, which is helping people buy and sell their homes. Anyway, so here I click on that Manage Social Media tab, and then you just click on whichever social media you plan to, that you want to give New Panda access into. If you have a business Facebook page, you want to make sure to click into Facebook pages. If you have a personal Facebook page, make sure to use a regular Facebook page. So you're just gonna click here, follow your prompts, and it's gonna add your account right here to your social media. That's step one. And then step two is you're gonna come into messages and you go to social posts. Then you're going to mark which channels you actually want New Panda to post to your social media. So the ones that you see on my screen right now are the ones that I recommend: general interest and engaging questions, monthly real estate newsletter postings, and then real estate headlines. Those are all the ones that I say are the good ones to go with. U.S. holiday and events, by all means, please feel free to choose that one as well. Just make sure that all U.S. holiday and events are going to be blasted out on your social media account. So some of us are a little PC about that, and so if that's the case, no problem there. Just don't check that. So there's where you would actually subscribe to the channels. So do we have any questions on New Panda at all? Okay, I went ahead and just typed in that chat box too. The chat box is there. I've got it pulled up on my other screen here, so please feel free to chat any questions away. If nothing else, I'm going to go ahead and pop out of New Panda. And next we have Cole Realty Resource. Cole Realty Resource is a third party that we partner with, and basically it's going to be a phone number database tool. So this third party procures all of the information that we allow you to come in and search for. So this is just one of their promos. I'm just going to say no thanks right now so we can just see their whole screen. But here, Cole Realty Resource has actually expanded their business quite a bit. So when we first started with them, they just gave us landlines. And so you can come in here and pull an entire list of landline phone numbers so you can do cold calling, which you still can, and that's still the basis of their business. But now they offer a little bit more. So now you can also get cell phone numbers if that's something that you were looking for. So you can come in here and pull off any cell phone numbers for people. And then, of course, you can also, this is the other expansion of their business, you can also get email addresses. So that's the other thing as well. So that's really, really cool. Everything does come at a cost here through Cole Realty Resource. So you'll just want to contact them and let them know exactly what your needs are, how you plan to market. And the really cool thing about it too is they have people there who are going to really dive into your marketing strategy and let you know what they think the best routes are. There's a ton of products that Cole Realty offers. They do lead generating things as well. They filter things straight to your cell phone. It's a pretty comprehensive system overall. But again, all of it just comes at a separate cost depending on what you'd like to utilize. So that's Cole Realty, just so you all know that you have that available to you. The next that we have is called CoreFact. CoreFact is very similar to Express Docs. CoreFact is simply another print vendor that we have as a provider for you. And so you can come in here and you can see different designs. If you wanted to look at different designs, you could probably tell the difference if you've been in Express Docs and comparing to these designs. Designs, marketing in general is very subjective, and so you really just need to choose anything that speaks to you and speaks to the clients that you plan to work with. Lots of different options within here, and this is only touching the surface. You have a ton going on here. CoreFact is unique in that they also will help you build out, any type of marketing plan. That's why I really do like the customer service here. I've picked up the phone before and been able to talk to somebody, very quickly. I'm getting a real person right on the other end, and they'll ask you the right questions that you may not know to ask yourself as far as setting up a print campaign for yourself, and they'll help you choose the right options. They can even find the farming list for you, or the farming area, excuse me, or you can, of course, get your farming group from anywhere that you'd like and then upload your list to them. Really, really resourceful. I really do like CoreFact. Next, we have listing rewards. All the best listing rewards. This is by far my favorite. Well, I did say I was geeking out for InTouch earlier. I love InTouch so much as a practical kind of everyday use. Listing rewards is more of a program that I would use when I have a listing. So listing rewards, hopefully you all have heard about it more than once by now. This is our program for the company where we've bundled your marketing for you for your listing. So let me just click on a package so we can see. Here we go. I don't even have to click. This is showing us all of the different packages that are available. So gold is definitely the most popular, as it's shown there. These are all the things that you're going to get. Professional marketing and admin services to handle the marketing. You get all of the silver features, which are down here, which also include all of these things. So you get your bronze plus your silver, all built into your gold. Plus, you're going to get a 30-second spot on the Coldwell Banker TV show, which is awesome. Then you get 200 property listing postcards. Beautiful. And then, this is really cool, you're going to get a single property website. That is tremendous. So all of that for only $400. So this is extremely valuable. I wish we would have put what these things can cost, but they are in the thousands of dollars. So for those of you who have transferred to us from other brokerages, you can probably attest to how much it costs to market a home. And a lot of people tend to do the bare minimum because of that cost, which I would be the same way. But when Coldwell Banker can step in and really help offset that, so we've sourced out the different vendors for you, and we've put them all into this seamless engine that we have, if you will, and then we just spit out one cost that you have to pay. It's remarkable, all of the marketing that can get done for one listing for you. Great, and it takes hardly any time. I was going to say no time, but you do have to actually order the package, and that's where we are right now. So I click into listing rewards, order here. I can click there. Takes me to my order form. So then I'm just going to come through and start listing or submitting all of my information to place my order. Great stuff. And if you ever have questions or need additional help with listing rewards, here's the number right here. 303-409-6309. That number is manned specifically to handle only listing rewards questions. So call that during business hours and you can definitely be helped with anything that you might need. Next, we have market reports, and this is the one that I was talking about earlier when I said it's similar to the Market Quest. Now, I, though, would use market reports to specifically give to your clients. This differentiates from Market Quest in that this is a very consumer-friendly piece that gets generated. So you can create a market report specific to a very exclusive market. You can also do a wider area with the area report. And then if you are starting to work a certain neighborhood, here in, let's say Highlands Ranch, there's lots of different communities here in Highlands Ranch. Let's say one community, your particular community, is one that you plan to market to the most. So that might be a very good area for you to do quarterly reports. That means you can probably print off, 20 different reports and then go hand them out to all of your neighbors. Maybe you're going to, take it to your gym, leave something there along with your business card, those types of things. So that's really where I think a quarterly report can come into play. And then again, you still have those market and area ones though, and I do like those for specific people that you have in mind. Maybe you have a buyer who, is interested in a certain area. this is a great report that you can pull to show them and educate them on all of the different trends going on so that they won't be blindsided come time for them to actually purchase in that area. So great stuff. We have an entire class on market reports that Todd Moyer is going to be hosting this Thursday. I definitely recommend that you take that class to actually go through the intricacies of market reports. Next we have, skip this whole line right here. That is not for the Colorado market, so skip that. Next we have Express Stocks. Express Stocks is your print vendor. So this is where you're coming to order any of your postcards, so much like CoreFact. We went through this setup again if you were a part of the concierge program. If you weren't, I'm sure that you've heard of CoreFact before, being with the company. Express Stocks. You can come in here and order any postcards that you want. You can take care of any pamphlets, announcement cards. Seasonal marketing is going to be really good. When you're ready to order new business cards, you can do so here. So don't hesitate to do that. We also have stationery items here as well. And a little bit of clothing options too. So this is a great place if you want to have that beautiful letterhead and corresponding envelope. Here's a place where you can come to order that. Wall calendars are the biggie. Many agents actually place their orders for the month of January, and so those have been filling the offices in bulk, and then agents tend to hand those out to people that they meet, their neighbors, their family, anybody like that. Really awesome service here through Express Stocks, and one thing that I can always count on with Express Stocks is their quality. I haven't really been let down on their quality yet, so that's really good, knock on wood. Next we have Coldwell Banker Homes Admin. ColdwellBankerHomes.com admin is synonymous with ColoradoHomes.com. So you're really getting into the back end of Colorado Homes. So I wanted to pull up Colorado Homes really quick because I want everybody to see, what this actually means. It's hard to look at something only from the back end without seeing what it looks like on the front side. So I'm going to search for an agent. Felix Cruz out in Denver Central. I'm clicking his name. So this is Felix's profile page. So where he would go to change anything that's on this profile page is ColdwellBankerHomes.com admin. So you're going to come in here, you're going to go to Agent Tools and then Agent Profile, and then that is going to allow you to get into your very own profile. And again, that's all controlling the back end of what's showing on Colorado Homes. Again, you all saw me type in Colorado Homes, but the website actually takes you to Coldwell Banker Homes. We're just very special here in Colorado, and we like to keep Colorado in the name. So we point it. But that, again, is how you're going to control your profile pages, Next, we have your AR account. AR account is exactly what it says. It's your accounts receivable. This account is tied to all of your office billing. So unlike we went through your through agent earnings just a little while ago, agent earnings is connected to your transactions and any income and fees paid out on those transactions. Now this AR account is only tied to your office. So this is going to be anything like your, maybe the office purchased something for you. Like let's say you had your office administrator order your signs. The office administrator can do all of that, and then she's just going to bill you on your AR account. So then you're going to, at the end of every month, you're going to have an AR account to reconcile. Also, your copies, any types of copies that you make in the office, when you go over your certain allotment, you're going to be billed through your AR. So all of that is going to be held in here. If you do have any questions about your AR account, you definitely want to talk with your office administrator. Alrighty, we're almost done. We're on our last two, and I've got 2 minutes, which is perfect. We have our NRT Do Not Contact. This tile will allow you to come in, pop in any phone numbers, any email address that you have had to verify to see if it's on the National Do Not Contact list. You definitely want to do this if you are receiving lists from third parties that do not already scrub their lists for the federal Do Not Contact Registry. Now, this is just, again, a surefire way, so you're not going to get into any trouble by reaching out to people, just to make sure that you're not contacting them without their authority to do that. So this is NRT's Do Not Contact system. And then last but not least, we have our preferred alliances, and this is your coupon booklet. So this is where you can come and you can take advantage, you yourself can take advantage of these coupons. So I really like them. Lots and lots of great savings available to you here as a Coldwell Banker agent. You can also gift some of this stuff. So I know we have a Lowe's discount in here somewhere. That's a big one that I hear of so many agents. Here we go. So many agents giving to their clients upon closing, just as a little gift, you know, of a little discount that you get. Everybody loves to save money, especially when you're just currently purchasing a home. And so some of these are going to be really helpful for that type of person. So be sure to just come in here and see the different items. If you're interested in getting a new computer, Dell, we've got some desktops on Dells right in there. So again, just come in there and see what you have available to you to use. So that's pretty much it for the NRT Gateway. The very, very last thing that I wanted to show everybody is our help desk number, which hopefully you all have seen this number or have heard of the help desk. Maybe you haven't called it yet, but it is there for you. So that, again, is our NRT help desk, 1-877-NRT-HELP. And they are always there to help you with anything that you might need at any time having to do with the Coldwell Banker tools. So I will say that whenever you do call that help desk, they are there to actually help you with all of those tools. But there are some things, for example, the Coldwell Banker InTouch platform. Ooh, sorry, my hair's getting a little funky there. The Coldwell Banker InTouch tool, that's one that you would want to call the help desk and just let them know that you have a specific question regarding InTouch and you'd really like for a member of the InTouch team to give you a call back. So that's something where it goes a little bit above and beyond some of the expertise that those operators may have. And so no problem at all. Each of those tiles does have their own help feature, or some of them have their own help features, but what I want to say is each of those tiles are also backed by another company, and so that other company would have their entire staff that can also help more of those intricate, more involved questions. So please don't be swayed by the person that you're speaking with. You can always let them know that you'd like for somebody of that particular tile, Cold Realty Resource, for example, to give you a call back. And then you just get issued a ticket number and then they can call you. So hopefully that was helpful in going over some of, all of the NRT Gateway tiles. If you do have any other questions on those systems, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I can be reached at katrina.debacco, that's DEBACCO, at coloradohomes.com. I do not mind answering any questions. Again, you do have some help tabs within some of those tiles, and we do have classes that we offer on 4 of those tiles: InTouch, New Panda, Listing Rewards, and Market Reports, among other classes, but those 4 are pertinent to the tiles that are going on in, that are behind the NRT Gateway. So please do be sure that you take advantage of those classes as well. And I did not see any questions come through on the chat box, so I do hope that this was really helpful for you out there and just seeing and getting a little bit more familiar with your NRT Gateway. So again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. I'm always here for you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining.